Listen, California is the best state in this country, and it's not even close. All right? If you don't like it, you're just a hater and you're jealous. California forever and goodbye. What's up, y'all? Hope you guys are doing well. This is TK California. Thanks for joining. We're doing the YouTube thing now. You know, got to do it. Did my thing on TikTok, still doing that. Trying to get Instagram going. Now I'm doing the YouTube thing. Standard, standard stuff. I just want to welcome every single one of you, my California cult members here today. If you don't know a whole lot about me, I started TikTok like everybody. When quarantine happened, I was bored and I went on and created a TikTok account. Created the TikTok account and I was immediately served videos of California hate. People from all over this country talking about how California is the worst state in the US. I was taken aback, to say the least. The worst state? How? When states like Mississippi, Arkansas, and Wisconsin exist. Okay? And I realized that there was a lot of jealousy. There was a lot of hate. There was a lot of misinformation about the Golden State, the greatest state, the state of California. So I started making pro California TikToks, and people resonated with it. And there was a lot of people, who appreciated me going to bat for them. And I love doing it because I was born and raised in this state. I live in this state. I've traveled all over the world. I've traveled all over this country. And this is the thing. Okay. I want to make it very clear. First episode, I want to make it clear. There are other great states. And there are other great things to take part in this country, things to see and visit. The Grand Canyon is gorgeous. If you haven't been, you should go. It's absolutely breathtaking, obviously in Arizona. But the state of Arizona is also boring. Okay. So, like, you could prefer to live in Arizona because you can buy a big ass house for $400,000. Great. Do your thing. But what we're not going to do is have the audacity to say that Arizona is better than California, or that Mississippi, or that Wisconsin, or Montana, or Wyoming, or North or South Dakota. Like, no, you could prefer to live in those places. That's fine. And there are great things to see in those places. But when it comes to judging a state by its greatness, California comes out on top across the board. And we're going to dive into a lot of those things. Okay. I thought for the first episode, though, I would talk about some of my favorite California memories and do some stories. I'll do a little story for you guys. I tried to do this on my TikTok live, but I got banned because I think someone from Texas was jealous and reported me, which is fine. That's okay. So, we're gonna do it here. Today I'm gonna tell you guys the story about the time that I not only met, but hung out with Kobe Bryant, the late, great Hall of Fame legend, Kobe Bryant. Now, the story takes place after Kobe had retired. I believe it was in 2017. And I was working at a company in Irvine, California. If you're not familiar, it's Southern California in Orange County, 40 minutes south of LA. I was working in Irvine. Kobe Bryant at the time lived in Newport Coast, which is literally right next to Irvine, city right next to Irvine. So I was working at this company. We're in this building in Irvine. We had the entire second floor, And my boss comes to me on a Friday night at around 4:30 and says, "Hey, can you stay late tonight? I need your help with something." Now, as you can imagine, 4:30 on a Friday, I'm like, "Dude, find somebody else cuz I don't want to be here late on a Friday night." But it was my boss. I didn't have anything going on that night, so I said, "Sure, man. What can I help you with?" And he goes, "Well, we're trying to get out of the lease that we have on this building. We're trying to sell it, and I want to show it around. Someone's coming in to take a look at it, and I want to show him the building because he might take over the lease from us. And I just need you to help walk him through the building and answer any questions he might have." And I was like, "Dude, yeah, I mean, I can do my best, but I'm not a real estate guy, bro. Like, I don't know the square footage. I don't know, if they have any questions about like infrastructure. Like, I don't know anything about this building." And he goes, "No, no, no, no. They already have all those details from the developer. They just need you to open the door for them, walk them around, and show them what the building, show them the building essentially." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure. Got it. I can do that." And he goes, "Oh, by the way, the person coming in to look at this building is Kobe Bryant." What? What did you just say to me? He said, "Yeah, the person coming in is Kobe Bryant. Have you heard of him?" He was joking because I'm a huge sports fan, and he's being cute. And I said, "Please, if this is a joke, I don't. It's not a funny joke. Don't joke about this." And he goes, "I'm not joking. Kobe Bryant wants to come in and take a look at this building. He just started that investment firm or VC firm that he had. His wife was like running a nonprofit. They wanted a larger office space uh, close to their house." And I literally had to I had to like rub my body up and down my body because I was like, this is this really happening to me right now? My I had a full on erection, first of all. First and foremost, sturdy erection when he said that. And I knew he was serious. And then I had to go into a conference room and meditate before he got there because I didn't know what to do with myself. Okay. So I just want to paint that picture for you guys. I'm in a conference room, the lights are off, and I had to put like lo-fi, chill jazz music on in my headphones and try to decompress because I didn't know what to do with my life at that point. I immediately texted my wife. I said, "This is not a drill. Kobe Bryant is coming to our office and I am showing him around." And you know, classic wife response, she just responds, "Cool." What? Cool? Uh, yeah, more than cool. Just to let you know, if he offers a role on the Lakers organization, I'm taking it and we're moving. Okay. Just so you know, that's what's going to happen here. He's going to come. He's going to see what a great person I am. He's going to ask me to move into his house with him. And then he's going to give me a job in the Lakers organization. That's what's going to happen in my head, of course. And you respond, "Cool? Are you serious?" Okay. So I ignore that awful text message reply because I'm going crazy. And I asked my boss, "Yo, what time is he getting here?" He's like, "Oh, he'll be here at 5:30. It's 5:15. I'm like, "Okay, it's close. I need to pregame, do some stretches, focus, right?" And I'm chilling at my desk. I see the black Range Rover come through the back of the parking lot and another car following him. I'm like, "Okay, that's them." I start heading downstairs. Now I head downstairs, I open the back door, go to the back parking lot, which is kind of like a private lot, and I go to the back parking lot and I see the door open. I see his long ass legs wing out and he gets out. And when I tell you that I don't remember the next 3 to 5 minutes, it's the truth. Okay. I literally levitated toward him. It was just like I didn't move. I stopped moving because I didn't know what to do. And my body just was like, we have to go. You are no longer in control, and just levitated towards him. Kobe was there with his wife Vanessa. At the time, they had their littlest one, who was like about 7 months old. And then he had two other dudes with him, like a real estate guy, and then I don't know, two other dudes, normal dudes who just wanted to probably help out or had something to do with the real estate portion, right? And so I'm like trying to be normal. I meet eye contact with Kobe, and then I was like, okay, do I go in for the normal handshake, right? The normal one, the white guy one, or do I go in with the homie shake, the dap? Do I try to dap him up? And I'm telling you guys, there was a spiritual energy in the parking lot, okay, where it just happened naturally. I said, no, I'm not doing the friend handshake. We're not, or the white boy handshake. I'm not doing that. I'm going in. I'm going bold. I'm gonna dap him up. And I went in sideways. He comes in sideways, and we do the whole gah, 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 gah. And it was like, we're friends now. We're friends. We're best friends right now. When do I move into your place? Okay, when am I coming over for Sunday dinner? This Sunday? Be there. I'll be there. Best friends immediately. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I say hi to Vanessa. I say hi to their little one, introduce myself to the other two dudes that are there, and we proceed up the stairs so I can show him around the office. I'm trying to loosen the mood, trying to make him feel comfortable. I'm not talking about basketball because that's so obvious. Don't do that, right? So I'm trying to keep it casual. We walk into the office. Now, when when we found out as a company that Kobe Bryant was coming to our office, like everyone was just like, okay, so we're not working anymore. Day's over. What's going on? All right, Kobe's coming. Cool. Not working. And people stayed late, obviously, to see Kobe. Um, and it was pretty funny because our office at the time was very open. Like there was, not everyone had like cubicles or anything. It was very open space. There's a lot of energy when we work. Worked at like a creative agency, so there's a lot of people talking, and there's a lot of like collaboration going on and things like that. So there's always noise. There's music's always going, stuff like that. Now, Kobe made a very simple and honest and commendable request. He said, hey, when I come in, can we just not have a bunch of people taking pictures? It's like 100%. No one's taking pictures. All right. No one's going to ask you for your autograph. No one's doing any of that stuff. We're going to play this professional. And he's like, cool, bro. I appreciate that. It's like, got you, best friend. Right. So Kobe walks in. And remember, my work was lively, music's going, conversations always happening. Kobe opens the door, dead ass quiet. The quietest office that's ever existed in that moment. No one's talking. No music's going on. People, you can't even hear people typing on their keyboards because it's not happening. It was just people just sitting at their desk looking at a blank computer screen like we were in North Korea. Nothing's on the screen. We're just sitting there looking at it. Like, wonder what this thing does. Statues. And it was weird for me when I walked in because I thought people were going to be like, blah, nothing, dead ass quiet. So I think Kobe got that vibe too. It was like kind of thought it was funny. So, I'm trying to roll with it, crack some jokes. I'm like, hey, these are real people who actually move, but right now I think they're a little shy. And he's like, yeah, cool. It's all good. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm walking them around and we're doing the tour. Standard, if you ever been to like a office tour or you go to open house, stupid. They're stupid, right? You just go there because you want to look at the space. You don't need to know where the bathroom is because you know that there's a bathroom. You don't need to know, oh yeah, this is the dining room. Wow, this is great. Yeah, I can. I don't care. I just want to see it. And if I could picture myself in here, right? So I'm just showing them, hey, these are the conference rooms. You can tear down these walls and make a big ass one. You could do whatever you want to do. This is, your playground, right? So he's asking a couple questions, talking about this, the area, other people in the building, da da da, da, chilling. And as we're walking by people and their desks, it's funny because as soon as we walk by them, then you just start seeing hands creep up over, their computer screens trying to take pictures of the back of Kobe as he's walking through our office. It was a very special day for our office. Very special. So I do the tour about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. We end the tour in the kitchen because the kitchen was right by like this back door. And Kobe and his two dudes, these other two dudes that he brought, they're talking. And Vanessa and her little one is just kind of off to the side. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to make small talk with Vanessa. I had a baby at the time. I had a 1-year-old, a little over a 1 years old. She had a 7-month-old with her. I'm like, I'm going to talk parent. I'm going to make small parent talk, right? Easy. And Kobe's not talking to us. He's doing his thing. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk to Vanessa. So I start talking about Vanessa and her little ones, like, oh, hey, she's sleeping through the night. How's she feeding? How's she eating? How's she doing? How do the girls like her? Your other girls like her. Da da da. Having a great conversation. I'm telling her about my kid. I'm like, yeah, my kid's a little over 1. He never slept at all. He's finally getting into, a good sleep rhythm. Da 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 da. Having a great time. Super awesome conversation. I felt like she was engaged. I was engaged. It was a great thing. The baby was smiling at me, and I was like, do you need a babysitter? Do you? Babysit right now. I'll come back to your house right now and I'll babysit so you and Kobe can go, take off, do your thing. But yeah, we were having a great conversation. As I'm talking to Vanessa, Kobe starts sliding over. Like he's done talking with his dudes and he realizes I'm not talking about basketball. I'm not trying to be, do that thing. So he starts coming over, injecting himself in our conversation, which was like, trap set, gotcha. Come talk to your boy. Come talk to your best friend. Right. And so he slides over and I'm like, how you like the little one, Cobes? Like, da da da. And he's stoked. He's like, yeah, man, they get easier the more you have. And I'm like, yeah, dude. I got one right now. We really want to have our second one, but me and my wife are trying to decide when we should have the second one. Because the first one is just over a year and we don't know if we should do, I said, I don't know if we should go back to back, hoping that he would get that championship reference, that little innuendo, if you will. He didn't say it. He didn't articulate that he got that joke, but I think in his soul he did. Right. So I said, yeah, we just had our first one. We're wondering, do we go back to back or do we wait a little bit until the little one's a little older and then have the second one? I told him, it's like, Kobe, I want to have another one right away. I think my wife wants to wait a little bit. Kobe Bryant says to me, you need to have another one right away, right now. And I was like, Kobe, listen, I'm on your team. I don't know if you just heard what I said, but I said, I want to have one right away. My wife wants to wait. What do I need to say to my wife, Kobe, to get her on the same game plan as me? And he says, oh, text your wife right now and tell her Kobe Bryant wants you to have a second baby. You got it, dude. You want me to text my wife and tell her Kobe Bryant said we should have another baby? Kobe, that's going to work. He goes, 100% it's going to work. I take out my phone. I go to text my wife. I'm telling you this right now, hand to God. Kobe Bryant is looking over my shoulder as I'm texting to my wife to make sure I say what he told me to say. And I was like, hey, babe, here with Kobe. best friend. And he says we should have another one right away. When you have them close in age, they're into the same stuff. They're easier to plan around and kind of laying out the game plan, right? And Kobe's like, "Yep, say that. Yep, say that. That's great." He's copywriting my text message to my wife about trying to have the second kid. And send it. Says send it. All right, send it. Full send. Soon as I send it, I get the 3 dots. She's replying. And I'm like, listen, God, listen to me right now, please. I'm praying. If she says cool again, I don't know what I'm going to do with her. Please let her say something worth a response to a text message that legitimately came from Kobe Bryant. It needs to be good. Right. And my wife texted me. She goes, well, I guess you should get home. Oh, yeah. Let's go. You got it? On my way. Let me help out my best friend to his car and say, see you later. Okay. But then I'm coming home. Right. Now, this is a 100% factual story. Okay. The thing ends up, Kobe's laughing at that response that my wife sent. We're joking around about it. It was great. I walk them down the stairs, get them in their car, say, see you later. Nice meeting you. They take off. Best day of my entire life, aside from the day I got married and I had my kids. Okay. But it's close. It's close. I'll be honest. It's close. All right. So I get home. We do our thing, right? Because Kobe said, you need to have one right away. I need you to go home and start trying. And we did. We started trying that night right away. 8 weeks later, my wife hands me a positive pregnancy test with our second son. I swear that is 100% factually true. Kobe Bryant manifested that energy into the world and helped me have my second kid. Now, you're probably thinking, you better have named that kid Kobe. And let me tell you, it was on the top of my list. But here's the thing. With my last name is Keith, Keith. I couldn't have a Kobe Keith. It kind of sounds cool, but it also sounds kind of racist. You know what I mean? It's like kind of too close to Toby Keith, but also Kobe Keith. There's already 2 K's now. There's a K in the Kobe and there's a K in the Keith. The middle name, we don't want the middle name having a K, obviously, right? So I was stuck in a little bit of a dilemma on the naming situation. So we didn't end up naming him Kobe, but he's our Kobe baby. He is. And he's a little chunker, a little big-headed dude who is actually low-key kind of athletic. So I'm like, yo, if you are into athletics, what you wearing the number 8 or the number 24, those are your options. No other number. Don't care. Favorite number is what? 7? Too bad. +1, 8. Round it up. Wear 8. Wear the number 8 or the number 24. Those are it. That's the options you have. So that's the story of the first time, not the first time, but the time I met and hung out with Kobe Bryant. I actually did meet Kobe Bryant when I was in 8th grade. So that would have been even 15, 16 years prior at Fashion Island, the Cheesecake Factory, but we didn't talk. It was just, I was an 8th grader. So this monster of a man, 6'9" or 10, however big he was, walks by. I'm in 8th grade. I'm small, scrawny white dude. And I literally couldn't even get words out of my mouth. I just said, hey. And Kobe goes, hey, man, what's up? Hops in his whip, takes off. It's like, wow, that was crazy. So that was the first time I saw Kobe. This was the first time I met Kobe, hung out, and we became best friends. Now, if Kobe were alive today, would he remember me? No, he wouldn't. but it was an experience I will never forget. I remember hearing about his passing. I was on the 405 freeway heading south, and I literally had to tell my wife, "Got to pull over. I got to get out of the car. This can't be real." I thought it was fake for the longest time. And then more and more reports, more and more confirmations. Then you started seeing um, news crews around the area. I was like, oh my God, this is actually real. And I had to literally, I was like, stop the car, pull over. I had to get out. I had my two boys. I had my two boys with me. I was like, this can't be. So it's, I love telling the story because I feel like I met him for 20 minutes and he was the nicest dude. His wife was amazing. They both were just like so happy and positive. Like, dude, when you're at that level of fame, it's probably so easy just to be like, yo, shut up. Just do this. Open the door. Let me walk through this thing and we're going to bounce. I don't want to talk to you. But dude, they sat with me. They talked with me. We were there. The tour was over. We sat and talked after the tour was over for 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I was like, they didn't have to do that. They're rad. Super rad. Um, I hope you guys liked the first episode. I'm going to do more stories. We'll be talking a lot more about California, why it's the best, probably roasting on other states. So yeah, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube, but then I'm also on TikTok. I'm also on Instagram, TK California. Um, and I'm gonna try also to I'm gonna getting the Twitter set up as well. So if you guys have questions or want me to talk about anything or want whatever, hit me up, dude. I want to respond to every single one of you. So appreciate y'all. Love y'all. California forever. And goodbye.